the world nowadays so because once upon a time they used to get married more or less in the same town. Nowadays
Yeah,
we have people from all over the world, and sometimes there are a lot of uncertainties regarding from where this person comes. Is he Jewish even?
yeah. So there are halachas about chazaka and all those things.
Oh,
They used to have Sefer Yuchasin. People, even Christians adopted this. You know what they used to have? An article prints this. It used to be in the back of the Bible. In the Chumash, you kept records, family records of who, birthdays, marriages, yurtzites, right? You ever see such a thing? That's the way they used to keep track of it. And then the problem was, here's a major problem. Even Gentiles did this with their Bibles. This was a Jewish minhag and a Gentile minhag in Europe, for example. So you had to say for Yuchasin. People used to keep these things. And when you ran out of space in the book, so you continued the book somewhere else and you kept them together. So of course, upheavals make you lose these things. But worse than that, the fact that governments have started to keep track of things, they issue birth certificates and death certificates, which on the face of it sounds good, a good way to keep track of things. It used to be people themselves were strict about keeping track of these things. Once you let government do it for you, what happens? You yourself lose track of it. How many people you know write down, keep logs of everybody's birth and all that? It's a problem. That's the way they used to do it. Why is it so important? I mean, these scrolls where people are keeping track of their lineage were mentioned by Chazal already in explaining how Moshe Rabbeinu counted Am Yisrael in Bamidbar with the Nisim. Their job was to keep track of everybody, have it written down, write down everybody and that's where we get our biblical records from. Who gave birth? Who begat whom?
Yeah, that's the opposite. Both days.
That Yuchasin involved birthdays and all that. You have to know who the marriage is, who the mother is, who the father is, when's he born, why, when's he born, so that you know, for example, when his bar mitzvah is, or what his erech value is. It used to be someone says, our erki alai, or erkecha alai, you have to know when he's born. There's an nafkamina. A 19-year-old's erech is one thing, and a 20-year-old's erech is another thing. A 61-year-old's erech is different, right? That was a major thing that people used to do. It's a whole. It turns out it's a whole tractate of the Talmud is about this. What tractate is not Erech Arachin, right? This was a nafkamina. As a matter of fact, you used to have to keep track of when a sheep was born. You had a flock. You had to somehow mark that sheep so that you know when it's a year old, and you have to know who its mother is. Those are halachic nafkaminas. You can't slaughter a sheep and its mother on the same day. Osov Espino applies to females also, right? You have to know all these things. So Jews used to keep track of these things. We used to have Sefer Yuchasim. And it used to be that the Kohanim especially kept track of these things. People had to show who they were. And the fact is that we've gotten too used to not keeping track of these things ourselves. And that's a problem. We should get back into this. This is one of the things they're going to worry about. Eliyahu Navi is going to come and he's going to clarify a lot of things.